okay, we'll get through this. Fast forward now, we'll get through this.
Well, hello everybody. Wow, I'm running late. And there's a reason behind it. But either way, hi, I'm Jeremy. And it's just me for today. I'm flying solo, and that's okay. And I think that's the title of our episode. It's okay. It's going to be a shorter episode today. Just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on what's going on, what's shaking, and what's coming up. So I'm super excited to announce our next guest. Just an amazing, fun. I just can't put into words exactly how excited I am about it. Either way, it's okay. It's okay. That's our episode for today. Again, it's going to be really short. And what we're talking about is it's okay. Now you're asking me, what is okay? That's the big question. Wherever you are in life right now, it's okay. And with all the adventures and chaos and drama and obstacles, that debris, we can call it, that are thrown in my direction, that try to sway me from continuing down that path, I just keep moving forward, and it's okay. And it's definitely hard to continue to move forward at times. A couple episodes ago, my wife and I we spoke a little bit about some of the chaos or the drama that's happening in our house, and we continue to pray. We continue to work on that as we find our way and our path to the end of the storm. And right now, it just feels like we're in the midst of a big, huge storm right now, and I can't thank my support system enough for coming through for me and being there and helping me, and some of the weakest moments that I've had. I'm so thankful that you were there to help me out. For the people that have subscribed to this and have sent in emails, kind of checking in, seeing what's going on, thank you. That means the world to me, to my family. We are working hard. It's hard. It's very hard. Last month was in the month of April tends to be the hardest month of my life, year over year over year. And I've talked about it before, but that was the month that my best friend shot himself. And some Aprils are pretty good to deal with and hang in there. Other months, like last month, it was hard. It was really hard. And then you pile on top of that what's going on with my daughter and the crazy busyness of life in itself, the twists, the turns, the weight that I have felt that's been on my shoulders is it's been hard. It's been very hard. And I can't, again, thank you and thank God enough for continuing to give me the strength to hold this weight up in this time. I feel at this point in time that I'm kind of holding my family together, with my girls being teenagers. My son, I'm so incredibly proud of my son, and he's 17. He's graduating in 1 month. And that takes a toll on us as parents as we start to realize they're going to be an adult. They're going to start making decisions on their own. And we know, when we hope and we pray, that everything that we've taught them is going to stick. But we know as we've gone through life that it's difficult. They're going to stumble. They're going to fall. They're going to get bruises. They're going to get heartbreaks. So, my wife and I are mentally trying to prepare for what that looks like when he graduates, because it's a big step. it's a huge step for him. And with the challenges that he's incurred through his life, we can only again hope and pray that we were able to establish building blocks that he remembers how to utilize. And he'll always, obviously, he's our son. He'll always have a place to call home. He'll always have a place to come to if he needs help. But it's taxing. It's hard. It's very hard to realize we put our whole mortality into the equation at this point in time. And I know I've talked about this when I went to the funeral in Minnesota. The next generation, for me, that's going to pass on are the parents, my friends' parents, the people who were role models to me. They're next. And then who's after that? Well, my generation is next. So this is just a reminder, everybody. Love today. It's okay where you're at right now. What's not okay is that you stay there. Find the help that you need to get out of whatever rut you might be in. Church is a great place. I'll tell you one thing that keeps on coming up to me. Some friends and family have reminded me, take a look at Al-Anon. And I know that AA is for Alcoholics Anonymous, but the way, the steps, the program that they've put together is so beautiful. So absolutely beautiful. They spent a lot of time doing it, perfecting it, and they keep on trying to make it the best program they can to help support individuals that are struggling. My family went through it. I had some family members that were alcoholics. And as a family, we had to figure out how to deal with it, how to work with it, and better yet, how to understand it. And that's the big key. My wife has talked about grace, having grace with people. And the big piece is understanding. Understanding not everybody is trying to be a jerk. There is a reason behind it, you guys. If somebody's cutting you off in traffic, there's probably a reason behind it. Maybe they have a sick kid in the back and they're trying to get to the hospital. Maybe they're late for a job interview. There's a billion different things, but all we can do is control right now. And right now, again, it's okay. But do what you can to better yourself. Do what you can to be the best you that you can be. That's all I pray. I pray every day that I can be the best me, the best husband, the best father, the best son, the best nephew, uncle, whatever the title is. I want to be the best for you. And something that's been on my heart a lot more lately is to serve. I'm proud of being able to help other people. And I look at it as a life of servitude. I love serving other people, not because I have to, because I want to. It's an amazing feeling. At the end of the day, even if that individual that you're serving doesn't appreciate you for what you're doing, at the end of the day, you can say, I tried hard to be the best to serve somebody else. And that's fulfilling in itself. Now, you might not be able to get through to somebody, and somebody might just continue to be mean to you or whatever that is. But where are you? Are you doing the best you can for you? And then in turn, are you out there serving other people? I don't want anything in return out of anything I might do. If I get a smile, if I get a hug, if I get a thank you from somebody, That's just an extra perk, but don't expect it. That's where the problem comes into place. I think a lot of the time is it should be that somebody says thank you or gives you a smile or acknowledges that you're doing something. But again, we don't know where they are in their it's okay position. Somebody could have passed away. They might have gone through a breakup, that lost a job. Again, a million different things to the reason why people do what they do. But if we continue to serve, if we continue to love other people, build people up, where does that put you in your it's okay position? I think it's going to put it in a lot better position, regardless of your day. Love today. Deal with tomorrow when it comes. We don't have to worry about tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. And hopefully, if it was painful, so hopefully it was something you learned. And that's another thing in regards to pain. The shows are going to be modified a little bit more as the Como household is doing a lot of fortifying. And it's not easy. It's painful. Somebody once said, and it's not just that somebody, but through the test of time, men are meant to be macho, be strong, and all of that. Don't cry. That's a sissy thing. Guess what? What I've learned through life is that it's okay to cry. Wherever you are right now, it's okay to cry. It's not a sense of weakness. My tears come out, but I pick myself up, and I'm that much stronger. Now, it's hard to pick myself up for anybody who's gone through being a survivor of suicide. That will never leave me. That'll always be a stake in my heart, and it will always hurt. Whether it's remembering what happened, how it happened, and I think one of the most painful memories I have is driving to my buddy's house, his parents' house. And I remember pulling up, and there were dozens and dozens and dozens of cars on their driveway, on the street, down the block. And I thought it was strange and weird because where they live, they don't usually have a lot of traffic. But as I started approaching the house, I started seeing that there were people leaving, crying. And then I started realizing what was going on. My best friend's parents had blown the whistle for their support group to come and embrace and help them get through this. And I remember walking through the front door, and there was a lot of commotion going on. I had a hoodie on. I wanted to stay incognito. I wanted to stay invisible. I didn't even want to go to their house. Honestly, I just saw their son shoot himself in his head. I just wanted to go home, curl up in the fetal position, rock myself back and forth, and suffer through my pain by myself. There was something inside of me that pushed me to go. So I went. And the moment I took off my hoodie, I felt a million eyes on me. And I felt you couldn't even hear a cricket chirp at that point in time or a mouse squeak. You couldn't hear anything. Everybody just stopped and stared at me. And the first person I saw when I walked in was my brother and another good friend of mine. And a good friend of mine, Chris, walked up to me and he gave me a hug and he was crying. And I gave him a nice hug, but I kind of pushed him off a little bit. Because at that moment, what I wanted a hug from my brother. I gave my brother a hug. And I said, I love you. And I will never do this to you, I promise. And I don't know where that came from. At that point in time, it's like my life was very spotted and blurred, and I had forgotten a lot of what happened. After I gave my brother a hug, and he gave me a hug and said he loved me, I continued to walk up the stairs. And the upstairs, the eyes were just beating on me. I could feel it. And then all of a sudden, it was like Moses parting the sea. But these people just all parted in front of me. And there stood my best friend's parents. They didn't walk up to me and ask me how I was doing. They didn't say any words to me. They looked at me. They stood up. They rushed over to me. They hugged me. And they made a sound that I can only hope and pray that you never hear. The sound of their mourning became more real because I was the last one to see their son alive. And they held me, and we all cried. And I remember my buddy's sister showed up, and she jumped in on the hug too. Watching my best friend shoot himself was very painful. But experiencing the aftermath with his friends and his family, that one hurt the most. If you're depressed and alone, or you feel that you're alone, you're not. And in that moment, when my best friend and I were talking right before he shot himself, I told him, I love you. I love you. You're my best friend. Don't do this. And regardless of what I said, I could see in his eyes that he didn't recognize that. He didn't recognize the guy in front of him, the guy that had been a part of his life for years and years since elementary school. He didn't recognize that. And guys, if that's where you're at right now, and you don't recognize the people that are in your life, the people that care for you, go get help. There's nothing wrong with it. If anything, it helps figure out who you are as an individual and keeps you on track. Find groups, find other people who are struggling too, and together you guys can get through it. I would say go to a church. Because one thing I've had to learn is how to let go. I think the saying is let go and let God. I've had to let go of every heartbreaking moment that I've experienced in my life. And I've had to learn to say, God, this is yours. There's a song that when I was a child, I grew up on, and it's just really funny how things in your past stick to today. And I never thought much about this song as I grew up on it. But then in the last 5-10 years, the song has meant more to me than any other song I've ever heard in my life at this point. Because I'm walking by faith at this point. I've met so many amazing people, but I like to call that the passing of a crossing of paths. And there's a reason our paths cross somehow. There is. And I'm so grateful to everyone whose path I crossed, whether it was a crappy experience or whether it was a positive experience. I'm so thankful for the experience because I've learned, I've grown, and I've become the man who I am today. And this man loves. I love you for who you are. But you guys, you got to find the love for yourself and not in the conceited manner. Oh, look at me, I'm beautiful. But you got to find the love for yourself. You got to love you for you. Your imperfections, you have to learn to love. Your flaws, it's okay. Again, if all falls down in this one episode, it's okay. So if you're getting anything out of this episode, you guys, remember, it's okay. And before my ADHD takes me to the end of the show so quickly, cast all your cares upon him. I think that's the song title too. The words are, I cast all my cares upon you. I lay all of my burdens down at your feet. Anytime I don't know what to do, I'll cast my cares upon you. And seriously, how many times have we been at a place that we don't know what to do, where to go, how to get there, how to navigate there? And at the same time, protecting yourself. And maybe you also are trying to protect your partner, your kids, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your neighbors, whoever it is. That's where I'm at right now. And I am struggling. So the format of the show is changing a little bit. But with that said, I will commit to making sure that we have some kind of cool guest on the second Tuesday of every month, which brings me up to our next guest. We need to shelve the serious talk, and we need to get into the fun, playful piece of it. Our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, I know we just had Jack Hughes from Wang Chung. If you have not seen that episode, check it out. It's really fun. I'm so thankful for every one of our guests that have been on, from Billy to Suki to Jat, to James Arnold Taylor to Jack Hughes. And usually what we've tried to do is we've tried to mix up, where their careers are from. This time, I'm going to go back to back with bands. We had Wang Chung on last time. In 2 weeks, that's less than 2 weeks. That's how late I am on this. In a week and a half, I was able to lock in from across the pond, in other words, in Europe. I got an interview, and I had an amazing conversation with the band Right Said Fred. Now, some of you are like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, Right Said Fred. Others of you might be thinking, who in the world is Right Said Fred? I will tell you, they're such a fun band. And the one song that you've heard, and if you haven't heard, go hear it, is I'm Too Sexy. And yes, it's the I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me. If you haven't heard it, listen to the song. Seriously, it's a clean song. It's a fun song. It's just one of those songs you're like, there's a polka version as well, and it is awesome. I love hearing that song as a polka song. Anyway, Right Said Fred, third Tuesday of this month. I'm so excited. We had a great conversation. Please join us for that conversation. Thank you guys so much for your understanding as the Como family works through, deals with, we will overcome this. I know we will. Everything will be fine and back on track. But if you want to do anything for our family, I will ask you this. Please continue to pray. Pray for enlightenment. Pray for guidance. Pray for direction. If you're not a prayer, if you don't pray, send good vibes our way, please. We could use it. Thanks, you guys. I love you guys. Tune in for, oh my gosh. Old man brain just kicked in. Tune in for Right Said Fred on the next episode, right here on Pass Forward Now. Thank you for listening to Pass Forward Now. If you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe, and share it with others that you feel it would impact. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your support.